Hello folks, and welcome to this week's Hi-Fi news, etc. I hope you're having a nice weekend. I hope you're relaxing. And we're going to talk Hi-Fi news. But before we do that, we've got a little bit of Hi-Fi trivia. No, we haven't. We've got a bit of music trivia. Get it right, Paul. Hi. So music, but this one is a bit of a toughie. We're going to continue with the maths theme. Never a fan of maths. That's what we call it in the UK, folks. Maths. I know my US friends would call it math in the singular. But we like to pluralize it in the UK. So yeah, was never a fan of maths when I was a kid. Still not, actually. So I wouldn't get this right at all. Anyway, see what you can do. Let me know if you get this one correct. And here we go. And the question is this: which veteran British progressive act formed in Manchester in the UK in 1967 and named after a piece of electrical equipment made an album called A Grounding in Numbers in 2011, inspired in part by the equation known to mathematicians as Euler's identity? One more time. Which veteran British prog act formed in Manchester in 1967, named after a piece of electrical equipment, made an album called A Grounding in Numbers in 2011, inspired in part by the equation known to mathematicians as Euler's identity? Now, if that was me hearing that question, I'd say thank you, but no thank you. I'd turn around and I'd make a coffee or a cup of tea, or maybe after hearing that particular question, a large whiskey. However, see what you can do with this particular question. I will give you the answer at the end of the video, and no Googling please, no research, just a bit of funness. It will spoil it if you do any of that. As I say, at the end of the video, I'll give you an answer. Until then, Hi-Fi news. And we will start with FiiO, those busy people over at FiiO, sporting dual microSD card slots, supporting up to 2 terabytes of additional storage per card. You will also find 256 gigs of onboard storage from the flagship digital audio player called the M27. This box is powered by an 8-core Qualcomm QCS6490 and Adreno 642L GPU and support for DR5 RAM. This DAP also supports Android 13 as an operating system, plus an additional 8 GB of RAM. Bluetooth uses aptX Lossless, and in DAC terms, you get a pair of ESS ES9039SPRO DACs. You also get balanced output power in ultra gain mode and support for 6.35mm and 3.5mm single-ended headphone outputs, plus a 4.4mm Pentacon output, alongside a set of line, level and digital connections. The chassis is made from titanium alloy, plus a glass fibre rear panel. Well, the release date is not exactly exact. It's a bit foggy, so expect a release sometime in autumn of 2025. Like I say, nothing more exact for now. Now, I only have a dollar price for you. The titanium version I talked about is $1,800. There is another version which I know nothing about, which is not titanium. I'm guessing aluminium? I don't know, I'm guessing. But that is cheaper at $1,500. More price points to follow. Next, we have a news item from the speaker company Dali and the new Cupid speakers, which include Dali's own mid-bass unit. This is a wood fibre bass mid-range driver spanning 114 millimeters. That's backed by a ferrite magnet system and a low-loss rubber surround. Up top is a custom-developed 26mm soft dome tweeter, and around the back you will find a dual FLIR bass reflex port. These are 4 ohm designs and they can be wall mounted if you fancy, and to that extent you get some wall brackets in the box, which is very nice. You also get some rubber feet to put underneath the cabinets if you prefer stands, or you might want to put them on a desk, who knows. There are 5 finishes available for this one: black, ash, walnut, caramel white, golden yellow and chili blue. There must be guys sitting around the table thinking of these names. And this is how they earn their money. Anyway, all of them feature colour-matched bass mid-range cones and grills. Textured magnetic grills are also included. These speakers are out in October 1st, actually, 2025. 2 prices for you, either £299 or €338. Next up, we're looking at iFi. I seem to be talking about iFi all the time. I did a Valkyrie review very recently. I'll put a little link above if you want to see that. Headphone amp, DAC, all that kind of thing. Top of the range. Well, we're looking at the other end of the range for the Go Blue Air. This is a dinky little box. It is also a headphone amp and a DAC with Bluetooth. So this is a headphone amplifier and it includes Bluetooth for your source device. In this case, it's also cheaper and lighter than the more senior Go Blue. As I say, this is the Go Blue Air. The more expensive one, it's just called a Go Blue. The Go Blue Air is 5 centimeters tall with a mighty weight of 30 grams. And it's a true portable, as you might expect. It includes a Cirrus Logic Master HiFi DAC with twin mono amplification. You get a couple of EQs, as is iFi's want, in this case X bass and X space. I also talk about that in the Valkyrie review. You can see more of my thoughts on both of those EQs in that review. In addition, the Go Blue Air offers Bluetooth 5.2, specifically a 4.4 Pentacon balanced plus a 3.5mm S balanced outputs. You get a detachable magnetic clip for your on-the-go attachments. There's a built-in microphone with noise suppression. You also get voice assistant support and 10 hours of battery life on a single charge. I have 3 prices: £129, £129 and €149. For all these news items, there will be links below. If you want to click on any website links, just look in the description. There they will be. Next up, we have a turntable from Reloop. This one's slightly different. It's called the RP7 Professional. The RP7 is a manual turntable devoted to 7-inch singles. It's a direct drive DJ specific turntable, as I say, designed exclusively for 7-inch vinyl, which I found interesting. However, I know I said DJ specific. If you're just into general hi-fi, why can't you grab one of these if you fancy a bite? By all means, go for it. The company's newly developed quartz-controlled DC motor is included in this model. It's a high-torque model and it sits underneath a die-cast aluminium platter. There is a straight copper tone arm and that features internal rubber damping, plus the usual SME-style headshell connector. You also get a phono amplifier built in. You can use that if you fancy. There's a switch at the back if you want to use an external model instead. You can also adjust the height of the tone arm if you wish. Gotta say, I was a bit surprised to see that particular feature on this DJ-specific turntable. Good for hi-fi though. The arm uses a statically balanced system, so you don't have to manually adjust the anti-skating. This is a 3-speed design, and it offers pitch changes if required, because as I say, this is DJ specific. However, you never know. Could be useful for hi-fi. I'm not quite sure why, but you can. This design weighs in at 5.7 kilograms, and it spans 350 millimeters by 270 millimeters by 139 millimeters. And I have 3 prices, either €549 or $599 or £499. On a personal note, of course, this is a DJ tool, and I can see all the usual reasons you would have that. For a hi-fi fan, it's a fun little turntable, and I could see why you might be interested in that. Next, we have 2 soundbars from Bluesound. We have the Pulse Cinema and the Pulse Cinema Mini. They are both all-in-one systems for AV use. The Pulse Cinema is a relatively large 47-inch streaming soundbar featuring 500 watts of total system power and a drive array that includes a dedicated center channel, dual 4-inch bass units, and a dedicated up-firing set of speakers. The mini version reduces that size to 33 inches. The power is less at 280 watts. You also get the angled drivers as well, plus the dual 4-inch bass units. Both models support HDMI EARC, optical and analog inputs. They include automatic DSP-powered orientation detection, and that eliminates the need for manual tuning when wall-mounted. They also feature BlueOS, which is, of course, Bluesound's multi-room audio platform that gives you over 20 streaming services, and you can connect and stream digital music libraries of your own. You can enjoy internet radio stations, you can sync audio, it's all app controlled as well. You can also pair the new Pulse Cinema and the Mini with other speakers, plus Bluesound's own subwoofer, and that will give you a larger multi-channel surround system, of course. And that, my friends, is your lot. Before I say goodbye, though, I need to give you an answer to that terribly complex trivia question. Let's have a little look. The question, one more time, is this: which veteran British prog act, formed in Manchester in 1967 and named after a piece of electrical equipment, made an album called A Grounding in Numbers in 2011, inspired in part by the equation known to mathematicians as Euler's identity? And the answer is, of course, Van de Graaff Generator. A Grounding in Numbers featured a track called Mathematics, which refers to Euler's identity, or, as we all know, and I'm sure you come across this every day in your life, the equation is EI pi plus 1 equals 0. That old thing. Anyway, thank you for staying to the end of this particular video. Very much appreciated. I do have some links below for all of the news items I've mentioned in this video, plus my own links, of course, my Patreon page, which helps to fund this channel, and without it, I ain't going anywhere, folks. So it's very important to me. If you can support me over on Patreon, it'd be a great thing. Humanitarian effort, I would say. In addition to that, there are links to my Facebook group, which you're welcome to join, and my website, which has all kinds of other hi-fi bits over there, and music as well. So check that out too. I will be back tomorrow, actually, with a review. I hope you can join me then. It's a rather interesting review as well. A pair of speakers. So I hope to have your company for that. Until then, folks, bye-bye for now.